All right, hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. We're gonna be doing a little yapping video today, and we're gonna be yapping about RuPaul's Drag Race season 18 and just the future about RuPaul's Drag Race and what is happening with the world right now in the United States specifically. Let me just start by saying I love the show. I love RuPaul's Drag Race. I've been watching it since I was 13, since season 10 and All Stars 4, which is kind of crazy because now we're almost at All Stars 11, season 18. It's been a lot of years since I started watching, and I really did have a time where I was watching every single season, and it's just so hard to catch up now. But we are here. We are talking about it, so let's get into it. I feel like RuPaul's Drag Race is doomed, and I feel like it probably will be ending soon. Now, it might seem a little dramatic, but I feel like after this video, you might agree with me too. So, they're not directed at any of the queens. I love the queens. I love the cast. I think the cast is actually really good. I think the issue was with some aspects behind the scenes, which I'm going to get into. But I don't know the full tea. I don't know all of that. I don't know what's going on. So if it's wrong, if it's not happening, I would love it. So, you know, let me just say that right now. But if it does happen, well, the writing was kind of on the wall of somebody like me seeing it. And I'm like dense. So, girl, yeah. So let's go on and talk about my biggest issue with the season first of all. And I've been watching episode, like week by week, episode. The editing. The editing is just not great. The editing doesn't really have a clear, consistent storyline, a point of view, a place it's going. It doesn't really have a storyline in its like narrative. It's just like crazy, like completely crazy. Also, I have a script. I am totally so bad at using it, so just ignore everything I'm saying. But I feel like every story set up is only like a 2-episode story, and the stories are not set up throughout the seasons. They're set up in the episode, and I feel like if you're gonna have a 1-episode story, it has to be dramatic or a turn of events, and nothing has really been like that, you know what I mean? So we have like the first story I could really think of the season, which is literally the biggest story of the season, I feel, and I feel like this is probably still the biggest story of the season, is Briar versus Athena. I feel like that's anybody is gonna remember Briar being like completely pestering Athena. I feel like that's great. I love it. But that was like 3 episodes and then Briar went home. So like that was not really a big storyline either. Then I'm thinking about other storylines. There is Athena, Juicy, and Mia being family. That's like almost never brought up, like ever. Like we don't really ever get that brought up until they get eliminated, until they talk about how much they love each other, until like the whole the talent show storyline, which that was good. The talent show storyline wasn't very satisfying, but it was at least a good plot point. But I feel like that was really the biggest story we got from them as a family, and I feel like that only spanned between 2 episodes. I think 2 episodes worth of like that storyline was really the only thing brought about. We had a brief mention in the beginning, and there wasn't much anywhere else. There wasn't really many dynamics between them throughout the season. I feel like we were missing out on what actually happened, because I feel like there is definitely more we could have been shown to really make Athena's elimination versus Juicy hit hard, when it literally didn't hit anybody. Nobody cared. Didn't anybody care except for them? I don't know. I cared. I didn't want Athena to go home because she was the only one making TV, but nobody really cared about their elimination. And there's like the storyline between a daughter sending her mother home or grandmother or whatever. Just, it wasn't set up right. And then we have, I think maybe Darlene's rise could be considered a storyline. I don't see it because I never saw it in the beginning. I think Darlene was, I think Darlene was great from the beginning. I have no issues. She was only bad in 1 episode and everybody's like, we didn't see you coming. I was seeing her the whole time. She was there the whole time and she was doing great. Like the episode that Mikey won, where it was they did the little skits and the stories with each other, and she was like the slutty cam girl. I think she could have won. She was in the top for that one. I mean, there was multiple episodes she was in the top, and then they just like kind of bring up the storyline in 1 episode during the roast. that she really can rise, and like she's been like, you know, she's a silent killer and stuff, when the whole time she was like in the top, she was not doing bad. She was actually really consistent and good the whole season. And I feel like they just like set up in the roast and in the top 4 episode, oh, you came from nowhere, when like you were giving her top spaces and stuff, and like she really could have won. She was just being like barely edged out, you know? I don't think that was really a storyline. At least it wasn't speaking a storyline to me. So I could only really see it between 2 episodes. Now tell me if I'm wrong, but I only saw it between 2 episodes, and that was the roast and the top 4 episode where they were really like, oh, you're doing great, Darlene. It's like, if they really wanted to hold her down, they shouldn't have gave her tops before that, because they also gave her I think she got a top for the Rusical too. I could be wrong, but I think she did really good in the Rusical. I think, yeah, she did get a top, right? Because she got critiques. Maybe they just all got critiques, but she definitely got a top place for the Rusical. Or like a good place. I think she was getting good critiques. I can't remember now. It's like, that was literally not that many episodes ago. What was it, like maybe like a month ago, and I can't remember it. And I feel like that's also another problem. The editing isn't memorable. There's no memorable moment other than like Briar, Mandy in the beginning with her lip sync that everybody talks about. Jane's elimination. What else are we really gonna remember? And also Jane's elimination, speaking about that, Jane's downfall. They edited it in the what is it? The makeover challenge. They edited it so like, oh my god, you had a really big slip up, when literally it was still a great makeover. I agree with her being the bottom, not because of her bad makeover, but because I just thought it was kind of overdone, not really unique. And I think all of them are kind of like that, but I think hers was my least favorite because we've had a lot more queens with like that kind of aesthetic, classic glamour aesthetic on the show. And the only reason I was like, I really don't like yours as much is because the other ones were just kind of done better. But Mikey's, honestly, I will say, Mikey's wasn't that great either. I think Mikey would have been the top, but I think only reason I put her on the top above Jane is because that Mikey's is less boring and I didn't expect it. That's literally it. Like, I just didn't expect it. And I think that's like the whole thing. It's like, yeah, Jane was getting graded on a curve, and I think that was a big issue, but we weren't bringing that up. I feel like that could have been a bigger storyline. Like, why did we not push in like, you are doing so well, it's hard not to grade you on a curve. It's hard not to think of you like that, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong with that one, but I feel like these are very small arcs in the season where it's like there's no overarching storyline, and I think that's a big miss because there's no narrative of the season. There's no specific anything of the season that I can tell or I can see from watching it, and I think that's an issue because reality TV is a story told with real people. It's a story taking real people and real things and twisting it into a story for us. And that's what reality TV is. And that's also my problem with reality TV in general, is that nowadays people don't want to get canceled and they don't want to be edited all crazy. But those people that got edited all crazy, we all love. Like, who doesn't love? I love Snooki. Like, you know, she was all edited crazy, especially that first season. Edited insane, and I love her. You know what I mean? I feel like you can't like be bothered by the edits because you are going on reality TV, and it is a competition, but it's a competition for reality TV, and it's for a storyline. Maybe it's not all gonna make sense. Some of it's gonna be rigged. And you know, that's what I'm coming for. I'm coming for a good story, and they just rigged it just to rig it. Like, they were just having fun. They were jacking off in one hand while they were rigging it with the other. Like, they were not even caring about anything that was happening this season. And I feel like it really does show. Like, the rigging didn't make any sense. There's no point for the rigging. And that was my first big point about the season. Holy shit, I just ran it. Okay, next, we're gonna talk about the LaLaPaRuZa. It's just bad. Like, the episode was full of riggery. I don't really care. Every episode should have some riggery, so it doesn't really matter what it's full of. Whatever, I don't care. But what I do care about isn't the riggery of the show, it's the freaking songs. They're all RuPaul songs, which is fine. I like some RuPaul songs, but Like, can we really not have peanut butter again? Can we really not have that one? Can we really not have any other song that I literally forgot of? Call Me Mother, great. Cha Cha Bitch, great. Love it. I just don't think we should have all of them for RuPaul songs. And especially the last one to like win the LaLaPaRuZa. It just didn't feel grand. I don't even remember the song anymore. I really just don't even remember. Like, that's how forgettable it is. And I feel like it sparks a cheapness that I'm gonna come back to. Anyway, the LaLaPaRuZa with just RuPaul songs, it does scream budget issues, especially because they haven't really had this just LaLaPaRuZa since All Stars 4, where there probably was less budget since it's All Stars 4 and there was a first ever LaLaPaRuZa. You know what I mean? I don't think this was a very great budget, very great showing of LaLaPaRuZas, especially with the amazing queens we have. And I feel that maybe this is just a mistake in general. You know what I mean? I don't think this is right to be doing LaLaPaRuZa like this. So yeah, I definitely have an issue with the LaLaPaRuZa songs like this. And I feel like it is very clear why we're having budget issues, and it feels like we're having budget issues. There's no proof. They could just be being cheap. I have no clue, but it feels like it really does feel like that the new owners of this is really affecting the show. Since and then you might be saying, okay, why do you think the new owners are, you know, worrying about this one show? Well, these new owners, David and Larry Ellison, I believe that's how you say it. They're a father and son duo, and they're also major Trump supporters. Which Trump himself said that they are both friends of his and big supporters. So if you're already not clicking the dots in your head, Trump is very anti-drag, anti-trans people, anti-gay people in general. He's really trying to ban drag and stuff. He's literally like pioneering drag bans all across the United States. He's even taken direct action himself by restricting drag performance, specifically aiming to end drag shows together at the Kennedy Center, which he is on the board of. And he has completely abolished the drag shows there. And he had claimed that it was targeting our youth, drag shows. And that has spread across the United States, of course. Drag bans are becoming a statewide thing, as several states in the United States of America have passed or proposed legislation banning drag. And a lot of people on our side, on the drag queen side, hopefully if you're watching this, have argued that it goes against the First Amendment, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom whatever you want to say. I don't remember it. It's been too long since I did laws. But this is what people are saying, that this is correlated because these two are very close. These father and son duo are very close with Trump. Good old Donnie. And this is causing budget cuts throughout the shows, the RuPaul's Drag Race shows, because they own Paramount, which owns the rights to global All Stars, but also All Stars in general, and Paramount Sundance, which is the father company of Paramount, but Paramount Sundance also owns MTV. So Paramount was a company, now Paramount Sundance, as of last year, 2025, now owns MTV, which is what RuPaul's Drag Race is airing on. And it is speculated that their budgets have been heavily cut and that they could be gone at any minute because these people just do not like drag. They do not like drag. They do not like queer people. They don't want us existing. They don't want us out in the world, and they don't want us to be in America. They don't want us to be here. And that's, of course, a big issue for a lot of people, and especially me. But I feel like this is coming and bringing Drag Race to an end. I feel like this is ruining one of my shows, my favorite show ever. One of my favorite shows ever, sorry. And like, I don't know, it just really hurts. Like, not only being banned myself as a trans person, but being banned as a community for just drag queens and dressing up. It feels like we're automatically going right back to the 40s, 50s, 60s, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I feel like this is going to be an issue, especially with queer youth. Like me, I was a queer youth at 13 years old, finding RuPaul's Drag Race and really latching myself onto it and loving it and finding myself through it, and honestly realizing I'm trans by watching contestants dress up and wanting to do that, and realizing that maybe it's not a want to dress up, it's a want to be a woman. And I feel like this is a big issue, and I don't like this, and I don't like what it's doing to our youth, and I don't like that the season is being hated on, because it screams, it honestly, and it really does scream production issues, and it really does scream there's issues with the show being produced and the show being brought out for people to enjoy. It feels like there's an issue behind the scenes, and I have no clue, but it really does bother me and a lot of people seeing it. And I would just like to, furthermore, conclude this with, I'm so glad we can have still platforms to speak. Twitter, whatever that's worth, Blue Sky, is that the app? I don't know, but if you're on that, if that's an app, then I'm glad you have it. I'm glad you have something to speak out. Even though these apps are owned by horrible people, at least we have somewhere to speak out. I'm here on YouTube. I'm glad I started this video. I'm glad I wrote a little script, even though I didn't follow it, just to speak out about what I'm feeling. And I hope you all subscribe to me, because every day it's harder to go outside as a trans person and as a queer person in America. And, you know, maybe we can start a little family here if you're watching. If not, that's okay. But I would like to thank everybody for watching. Feel free, please subscribe. It'd be nice. I just said that twice, I think, but it's okay. I'm gonna have more videos that are more edited. I know this one's a little bad with my face cam. I'm trying something new. If it's bad, I'm so sorry. Just let me know. I'll fix it. I'm gonna have more edited videos, tier lists. Soon I'm gonna go over the RuPaul's Drag Race seasons. I'm just gonna have a full thoughts, crazy wild, like go through tier list every single season of mainline RuPaul's Drag Race, and then I'll probably do All Stars after, since there's so many now. So if you're gonna be enjoying that, if you're gonna enjoy that, please feel free to subscribe and come back, and it should be out next week or sooner. I'm not sure, but I mean, only one way to find out is subscribe and click the bell, I guess. I don't know how that works. I've never done that once in my life, but if you want to do that for me, go for it, queen, king, they, them. I don't know. I'm so tired. I gotta go to work soon. Yeah. Anyway, it's been fun. I hope you guys have a good day, blessed day. I hope that your guys' afternoon goes better than mine. And I hope that you all stay safe. So, good morning, good night, good afternoon, my fellow beings. Bye.